Welcome to today's video. It is an especially exciting video because I'm going to be talking about a new collaboration, the first collaboration for Fantasy Cosmetica, and it is with Amanda, aka Makeup Just for Fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. This is such a perfect match. Huge congratulations on this collaboration. There's a couple of different products and I'm so excited to show them all to you. And I will be putting Amanda's information down in the description box just in case you're not familiar with her. But she is the ColourPop queen. She has tried so many different palettes. She does brush swatches as well as finger swatches. She does some really in-depth reviews and I really enjoy her content. So I'm so excited for this collaboration. So first up, of course, we have an eyeshadow palette and it's called the Enchanted Autumn palette. It is perfect timing for this. Definitely major cozy vibes, and the outside packaging is so cute and really just transports you into whatever this path world is. Let me try to cover up the mirror, but there's also artwork here and I love that so much. It's a really nice touch. And then the inside color story, it is perfection. When I first opened this palette, I was just absolutely in love with this color story. I think it's such a nice balance of mattes and different tones of mattes as well as shimmers, and there's a couple of different finishes of shimmers. If you're wondering what is beautiful and juicy on my lips, there are lip balms, which is a first for Fantasy Cosmetica, and it is this shade and it does have this type of applicator, which I actually really like. These definitely bring me back to my younger days, but I love this kind of applicator. It spreads product really great, and these actually don't have names on them, so I'm probably not going to be able to label them, but I think they're pretty different from each other. You'll be able to decipher which shade is which. They definitely have a sheer quality to them, so you can really go in very lightly, or you can put on a little bit more and have them be a little bit more opaque. And they do also have different scents to them, which is super fun. The purple one just has a really nice candy smell, and I've smelled this before and it just blasts me into my childhood, and I can't put my finger on what this smell is. So all the scents are really pleasant. None of them are overpowering by any means. There's also a candle launching and it is right behind me. It smells so good. It's a little bit of like a fur type of scent. It reminds me of some wintry candles that I have that smell kind of like that really fresh sap when you get a Christmas tree, and it smells so good. That's kind of what it smells like, but more unique and more elevated, so I cannot wait to burn it. I'm begging you, Fantasy Cosmetica, never stop making candles because I'm obsessed. I received one in the last collection in PR. I bought the rest of them, and they're like kind of like my special little precious candle that I only burn when I want to be like extra cozy. So I'm definitely whipping them out, especially now that it's getting a little bit cooler. There's a little crisp in the air, and also the leaves are starting to fall down. And this collection is launching September 13th at 9 a.m. PST, and the eyeshadow palette is $44.99. And out of this collection, you can use a discount code on top of. The lip balms are each $12.45, or the pack of 5 is $49.99. The candle is $29.99, and the full collection is $120, and the partial collection is $92, which includes the palette and all the lip balms. And also the first 150 customers to purchase the palette will receive necklaces and earrings to go along with the collection that Amanda has created. I'm going to be showing you dedicated swatches of each of the shimmer shades, and I'm also going to be doing these two looks that you see I have on right now, and then I'll be giving you some of my first impression thoughts at the end of the video. So let's get right into it. Libra is a very sparkly silvery blue, just a little bit of a blue tone to it. It does translate pretty silvery once used and swatched. And this one out of all of them has also a little bit of a different texture because it is so sparkly. Luna is a mid-tone, slightly yellow leaning brown shimmer shade. This one is less sparkly than the previous shade. Scorpio is a green brown satin shade. The green is more subtle, kind of straight on. You really see a lot of the brown base, and it's very smooth. Harvest Moon is a shiny bronze shade with a little bit of a slightly maybe orangey base to it, orangey brown base to it, super warm tone for sure. And it does have more shine than Luna, but not quite as much as Libra. Aquarius is a smoky plum. You can really see the darker base and the brighter purple particles flashing straight on. And this one is very smooth. Emerald is a green multichrome with a darker base to it, but not quite like a jewel type of multichrome. But you can definitely see it on the edges there. And it shifts to blue to purple on a really harsh angle, but it is a very kind of subdued kind of purple. So I'm taking Dusk and I'm gonna put that onto the inner crease, and I prime with the About Face eyeshadow primer. I recently rediscovered that I had that, so and I'm gonna use a little bit of just setting powder right up in here in the crease. And then I'm just gonna wipe this brush off, and I'm going in with Huron, and it's gonna go on the right next to it and a little bit into it, which they're gonna blend together really nicely. And I'm just trying to kind of blend it out a little bit more up here. And I'm leaving this intentionally blank. Taking a long leaf pine, and it's gonna go right here on the outer corner and connect to my lower lash line. And I'm just gonna blend that out. And then going back in with just a little bit more. For the shimmer, I think I wanna go in with Emerald, and then maybe Libra to kind of highlight in here. And I'm gonna put down just a little bit of Fairnay Pixie Epoxy. And I'm taking the Rephr 21 brush, and I'm picking up Emerald. Ooh, and that's gonna go right on the outer corner. I'm gonna blend it into the green. And then I think on the inner portion of my lid, I'm gonna take Libra. Super sparkly, the most sparkly shade in here. I'm just gonna put that on in the area that I left blank, and then blend it into the green. Ooh, that is so sparkly. Here's the first finished look. The second look, I prime with the Natasha Denona Shadow Primer. I'm picking up Willow Oak first, and I'm gonna put that down in my inner crease. Mattes are definitely a bit more powdery, and they're kind of sticking down a little bit for me. That's why I try to switch the eyeshadow primer, but it's still sticking down to this one as well. It's blending, but it's just taking a little bit more elbow grease. So I'm gonna go in with setting powder and just take it on the edges. I'm taking Dogwood on the outer corner. Just first packing it on. I'm gonna bring it underneath my lower lash line as well. And I'm gonna wipe off my brush, and I'm taking Foggy, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the edge of this. And it definitely stuck down a little bit again, so I'm gonna go in with Dogwood and just kind of layer it on some more. These two shades blended into such an interesting color out here. I love that. Using the Pixie Epoxy again. Picked up Sagittarius, and I'm gonna put that on this outer corner. And I'm gonna put it a little bit on an angle. The shade is a little bit more like a satin with sparkles in it. And then picked up Harvest Moon, and that's gonna go right above that. Ooh, so pretty. And then I'm gonna use Libra as the inner corner highlight, just a tiny bit of it on my pinky. Kind of want to use another shade underneath this lower lash line. Picked up Scorpio, and I'm gonna put that right underneath here, which this shade is a satin, so I shouldn't have any issues with fallout, which is really nice. Perfect for the lower lash line. And I'm gonna bring it all the way across. Here's a second finished look. So first impression thoughts, I haven't burned the candle yet, and I'm so excited. 10 out of 10. I highly recommend any of their candles. Actually, I'm not sure if they still have the others still in stock. Ours just so good, and they do have a wooden wick, so they do crackle. The vibes are just immaculate. So let's talk about these lip balms. I'm so excited about these. These feel so luxurious and really comfortable on the lips. They have for sure like a little bit of slip to them, but not in a way that they're just gonna come off like immediately, just slip off your lips. They do wear off really gracefully, and like I said, they're so comfortable, which is so important to me because I have tried so many lip balmy kind of products where they just over time feel like they're actually drying on my lips, and sometimes I can even tell within the first 10 minutes. So these are super comfortable. I love all the shades. You can, as I mentioned, share them out, or you can build them up to be a little bit more opaque. And I love all the shades, especially this orangey one. So onto the eyeshadow palette. You've already heard me rave about the color story, so I'm not going to rave about it some more, but I do really love it, and I feel like this definitely looks like Amanda curated it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I see her in this, and I see her thinking about what shades she really wanted to choose for this. I think most of the shades are pretty mid-tone, but I got two pretty smoky looks with these two mattes. As for the performance of the mattes, I use them on top of two different eyeshadow primers, and I feel like they're a little bit powdery in the pan, therefore they are very pigmented. They did stick down on both of the primers a little bit, so I do definitely want to try this out on like the Pat McGrath primer, as well as the Too Faced Shadow Insurance primer, which is my kind of go-to everyday primer, because those don't remain necessarily tacky. Let's talk about the shimmers. There's a couple of different variations of finishes. Scorpio and Sagittarius are more on the satin side, and then also Harvest Moon is very smooth, but it is shinier than Luna and the other two shades I just mentioned. Emerald is very smooth and very metallic, and then Libra is a little bit, just slightly bit more textured, and it is also the most sparkly shade in here. I love the punchiness of that one, so it's really nice to have a couple of different variations of formulas. So again, huge congratulations to Amanda and Fantasy Cosmetica on this amazing collaboration. Let me know in the comments below if you plan on picking any of this up. I would love to hear your thoughts down below, and also which look was your favorite. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.